YouTube, man? It's your boy T2E Noxy, but shh, don't tell nobody. Look, check this out. As you guys can see by the title of the video and the thumbnail, yes, we are back on the civil rights lawyer. But the title of the video that we already got to from the civil rights lawyer, I ain't even gonna lie, civil rights lawyer, this is a long ass title. But the title of the video that we already got to from him is talking about off-duty cops threatens neighbors, order false arrest and over escape. But listen, I'm gonna need y'all go ahead and bow your heads, follow along. I really appreciate if you guys do so. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with this prayer. Thank you, God. Oh shit, yeah, I forgot to tell you, I was hitting this bitch because I was hitting this bitch because I was on live, you know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and get started with this prayer. Thank you, God, for this wood. Bless it and purify us. In Jesus' name we pray. We smoke. And let me go ahead and say this real quick and let me just get this out the way. Oh! Okay. If you do not like the things that I post on my channel, just leave. Nobody forced you to watch me. Nobody forced you to comment. And nobody asked for your opinion. You feel me? So if you got anything that's negative, that's towards me, and I ain't did shit to you, it's no point. Just leave it at that. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm gonna just say that one time, the last time. That's the only time you're gonna get that from me. But if you got anything negative to say, you can type it. I ain't gonna stop you. I can't force you. But don't get mad if my Noxy family come at you the wrong way because you came at me. No bullshit. But let's go ahead and get started with this video. See what the civil rights lawyer got for us today. You know what I'm saying? Buckle y'all seatbelts. Come on. Oh, whoa. Let me scoot the bag. All right, let's get it.
This is how a police officer responded to a call involving a dispute between neighbors.
Don't make me come in that house. I will come in that house.
Oh, shit.
I will come in that house. Get out here now. Do it now. No. Do it now. No. You think I'm going to argue with you? I'm going to tase your...
Within the first few seconds, the officer pulled out his taser and started aggressively making threats to one particular individual.
Right.
All I came here to do was to talk to you. Don't tell me how to run my shift. I'll have as many officers here as I want. You understand what I'm saying?
Why? Because the other neighbor that was involved was an off-duty police officer.
Okay.
So I've got a he said, she said. Granted, he's an officer, but I'm asking you what you want to do with it. I'll do whatever you want done. You're the Vic.
Guess which guy got charged?
I'd like to prosecute for ag assault.
And yeah.
But that's not how it ended. I'll show you the footage, and I'll tell you what happened with the criminal charges and also the civil lawsuit that was filed.
Wow.
Practicing civil rights lawyer, I'll go over some of the constitutional rights at play here that people should understand.
Right.
And if you like going over police encounters and interesting and important court cases and learning about civil rights, please subscribe because I try to put a video up at least twice a week. So let's dive in.
Subscribe, y'all. No cap.
In East Ridge, Tennessee, on a peaceful suburban street,
a
man named Cadron Laughlin was transporting a developmentally disabled client to his home when all hell broke loose involving a neighbor of that home where he was delivering the client.
That's a dope ass edit right there. I ain't gonna lie.
A criminal defense attorney who had represented Cadron against the charges that came from what you're about to see.
Right.
Although it happened a while back, the ensuing civil lawsuit was just recently settled. I haven't seen reporting about it anywhere. Here's what happened. 22-year-old Cadron Laughlin was working for a company called Orange Grove.
Right.
His job was to drop off a disabled client at this particular home.
Okay.
And as he was doing so, the family's dog ended up getting loose. Cadron helped the family chase the dog up the street. When he finally caught the dog had run onto the property of an off-duty police officer named Andrew Carter. Carter and Laughlin then exchanged words, and Carter told Cadron to get off his property.
Right.
This is Cadron's version of what was said.
He said, if you step foot on my property, I got something for you. Then I said, I got something for you too.
But off-duty police officer Andrew Carter called the cops on Cadron, and this is what he said happened.
Right.
This is according to the police report. Carter stated, Laughlin said, "Shut the F up, I got something for you in car, you effing pig," and went after the canine. And Carter stated that minutes later, Laughlin was walking back to the other house and his vehicle, making indistinguishable hostile statements and hostile body language.
Wait, so...
I have a copy.
Hold on, okay. So the dog ended up going in the back of the fucking officer backyard one night. And the person that was chasing after that dog to grab it for the neighbor They were just going back and forth type shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got some in my car for you. Oh, bet. Nigga, I got some in that crib right now. Matter of fact, get off my lawn type shit. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. The person that was just chasing the dog, why did you not tell the officer that was off duty and say, hey, my dog or the neighbor dog went in your backyard, is okay that I could go get him? You know what I'm saying? Even though that people would go get that dog regardless, because if you don't want me in your yard, what makes you think you don't want my dog or the neighbor's dog in your yard? So that's why I'm trying to help you out type shit. But I feel like the words could have been exchanged a little different. The tone could have been a little here than here. You feel me? It's like, I don't... This is a hard one right here.
Of the lawsuit that was subsequently filed, and this is what Cadron's lawsuit alleges about that moment. Cadron, along with the minor son of this family and his friend, so 2 minors, went with Caden down the street towards Officer Carter's residence to fetch the dog.
Right.
Cadron and the 2 minors saw the dog on Officer Carter's property, and as they went onto the property to get the dog, it ran off down the street where plaintiff Cadron and the minors gained control of the dog and headed back to their residence.
Right.
As Caden, the minors, and the dog walked on the street and passed Officer Carter's residence, Carter, while on his front yard, yelled to the 3 people that if they set foot on his property again, that he had, quote, something for you. At no time did Cadron or the minors do or say anything to Officer Carter to provoke Carter's threat.
I feel like I would go with that story instead. You know what I'm saying? That sound more exact. Like you could vision that shit. So you telling me the dog didn't even run in the backyard? He ran on your front yard and then he kept running when they got closer. They went to go get the dog from down the street, but they had to like still pass up your crib on the sidewalk to you saying, man, if I see them on my lawn again, I'm gonna let them know, hey, shit, they better not walk past my yard again. I promise you, bro. I'm gonna say, hey! Hey, if you come back on my yard one more time, I'm telling you, bro, I'm gonna blow this bitch, bro. Like, just get out my yard, bro. Like, bro, like, you can't come off people like that because they was on your yard for 5 seconds, not even that. You see what I'm saying? If that's the true story that what just happened, because what it sounds like, you have no witness, officer. It's just you. The person that went on your yard, he got way more evidence than you. You think they're gonna believe you just because you're an officer? I mean, at that moment they did because you ended up went to jail. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Carter had his East Ridge issued police car parked in front of the residence, and Cadron saw Carter place his hand on a firearm that Officer Carter carried on his person. He was not wearing a police uniform at the time.
Right.
As Cadron and the 2 minors walked, Cadron responded to Carter that he had something for Carter too. At no time did Cadron ever display any weapon. So Cadron, the 2 minors, and the dog made it back to the Lewis family residence when just a few minutes later, one of Officer Carter's colleagues, who was on duty, Officer Roy Stasher, arrived with 2 other East Ridge police officers arriving behind him.
Right.
Officer Roy Stasher approached Cadron and the homeowner as they were on the front porch. Roy Stasher was immediately and without any justification verbally abusive towards the plaintiff. This is the very beginning of the footage.
Don't make me come in that house. I will come in that house. I will come in that house. Get out here now. Do it now. Do it now. You think I'm going to argue with you? I'm going to tase your...
Before even learning any facts, Officer Roy Stasher immediately gets aggressive and escalates the situation.
That's a taser? That's like a...
See,
oh, it is.
Is compliant and calm.
I didn't do nothing.
All I came here to do was to talk to you. Now,
They should have been one.
don't tell me how to run my shift. I'll have as many officers here as I want. Do you understand what I'm saying?
As Cadron sits on the front steps of this house, the officers accuse him of threatening Officer Carter.
Wow.
They're not wanting to listen to Cadron that it was actually Officer Carter who threatened him and the kids.
Right.
You threatening off-duty officers?
No, he threatened me.
But the officers chose not to document in their police report that Cadron said he was threatened first by Carter.
He accidentally let our dog out. That's all that happened.
Roy Stasher then told Officer Carter that Cadron and the homeowner said that it was Carter who threatened Cadron.
He says you threatened him first. Is that an incorrect statement? It is.
Carter then falsely claimed that it was Cadron who made threats towards him.
So I've got a he said,
Why
she said.
why would somebody make threats to you because they came on your lawn? Make it make sense. That's like somebody stealing money from me and I caught them and they getting on butt with me. Like they getting on ass with me. Like I'm the one that stole money from them. That don't make sense. That shit don't make sense. And y'all bought that? Y'all went broke. You see how I did that? Y'all bought that means like, you feel me? Like not buying, whatever.
Granted, he's an officer, but I have to look at it from that side.
And Roy Stasher then asked Carter, what do you want to do with it? I'll do whatever you want. You're the Vic, meaning victim.
I'm asking you what you want to do with it. I'll do whatever you want done. You're the Vic.
Boy, you sound like a bitch. Hey, I'ma beat that, cause that was a hard beat, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. You that. You got like you talking to the government. You talking to an officer that's off duty, bro. The same person as you. The same job that you got, he got. Whatever you want to do, I'm down for it. Stupid face ass. Look like you say some shit like that. Can't even see your face.
I'd like to prosecute for ag assault.
So he then charged and arrested Cadron rather than his colleague.
Okay? And, yeah.
Despite off-duty officer Carter's wife saying that she was not certain about who said what or that she even saw anything,
right.
And despite not even interviewing the two minors who were present during the alleged threats, Officer Roy Stasher still arrested Cadron on the false charge of aggravated assault.
I thought I was going to tase his dumb. I was about to. If he'd have taken one more step in the house, I would have.
But get this, Roy Stasher also charged Cadron with 2 counts of reckless endangerment for having a firearm while he was transporting Orange Grove residents. A firearm that was later found under the front seat of his car.
Wow.
As his lawyers alleged in the subsequent civil lawsuit, Cadron...
How y'all get his car? He wasn't driving. He ain't had no warrant. That's no way. And if he did, that means you had to go through his car and he wasn't even driving. That don't even make sense. I never heard of that. Nah, it gotta be the color, bro. It gotta be. Like, it's no way. Or if it's not that, it's still kind of fucked up, because if it's not about the color, it's most definitely about that he works, that he's a police officer. This nigga's going against a police officer. So you went with a police officer.
Cadron had a constitutional right to bear and possess a firearm. He was not prohibited by any state or federal law from possessing a firearm. Nevertheless, these false charges indeed got Cadron fired from his job with Orange Grove.
Ooh.
This incident brings to light the importance of understanding our constitutional rights. The Fourth Amendment protects us against unreasonable searches and seizures. While police officers can make a warrantless arrest of somebody, if they're going to do so, they must have probable cause that the arrestee has committed the crimes they're arresting them for. When the officer arrested Cadron for aggravated assault, the key allegation there is that he was threatening this off-duty officer with his firearm. And in reality, the facts that were available to the officer at the time had nothing about the firearm that was later found in Cadron's car. As the officer admitted, it was a he said, she said. The officer alleged that Cadron had threatened him. Cadron alleged that the officer had threatened him.
Yeah, because, like, bro, and we're going to add. And you know what's so crazy about that shit? So, like, that really, the judge is going to hit you, bro. Like, this is so much evidence. Like, that's like me saying, oh, I ain't break that lamb, mama. And then my little brother say, mama, I ain't break it either. She gonna be saying that like one of y'all motherfuckers did it, you feel me? So how can you look at the cop and be like, yeah, okay, I feel you, yeah. Then go to bro and like, man, what? Nigga, draw, what? Yeah, don't go in that crib. Step your ass right here. He sat down. I ain't even heard you to say, hey, I need some ID. He just sat there. He would try to talk to you. He sounds shaky. He don't know what's ready to happen next. The nigga flinched when you pull out the motherfucking taser. Look like a gun because it's all black. I ain't seen no yellow on that motherfucker. And you still telling him he's going to jail? And you could tell that he's not even on that. If he was on that, trust and believe, bro, it would have went left a long time ago. And you still talking about, if you would have took one more step in that crib, I would have tased his dumb ass. Who you calling a dumbass, bro? Like, it's a freedom of speech, but hey, that would piss me off. Lawsuit, most definitely. That's racist. I ain't gonna lie. That's racist, Chad.
Complete non-issue, non-crime. 2 people had words, even at a time when Cadron wasn't even on the officer's property. Cadron never refused to leave the officer's property. Cadron never failed to comply with the commands of the officer. He answered all the questions. He was calm, but the officer acted in a very unreasonable manner.
Facts.
Immediately detaining Cadron and pointing his taser at him. The case law is very clear that a police officer pointing a taser at somebody who is compliant and who is not posing an immediate safety threat to anybody is unreasonable under the Fourth Amendment.
Right.
And actually, the real facts showed that the only individual who was armed during these words that were exchanged was the off-duty officer. He admitted to his colleagues that he was armed at all times during this incident.
Right.
And get this, the criminal defense lawyer, Chris Dixon, gave this footage to the news media. And so a TV reporter went out to Officer Carter's home to try to ask him some questions about this incident. And guess what? He shows up visibly armed.
We went to Officer Carter's home today to ask him about Lachlan's accusations.
Can y'all leave, please?
He told us he was not allowed to comment, and as we were packing up, a uniformed Eastridge officer showed up.
Wow.
His cop buddies also show up in what appears to be intimidation of the media.
Yeah.
But it didn't work because just 15 minutes after the story about this aired on the TV news, a press release was sent out by the government notifying the media that all charges against Cadron Lachlan were dropped. Eastridge Police Chief Stan Allen released the following statement about dropping Cadron's charges. As a result of my inquiry, I believe the charge of aggravated assault to be inappropriate. I had a discussion with the prosecutor and the decision was made to dismiss the charge of aggravated assault and not pursue the appropriate charges of reckless endangerment for leaving a loaded firearm in the vehicle with the clients. So Officer Roy Stasher was given a 1-day suspension for the language that was used towards Mr. Lachlan and also remedial training in Tennessee state law, according to Chief Allen.
Yeah!
After the criminal charges were dropped, Cadron Lachlan filed a civil lawsuit. I'll post a full copy of it up on the blog. The link will be in the first pinned comment below. Several months back, the civil lawsuit was settled. I looked on Pacer and there's no...
Oh, we on the ad. Oh, no, I need to hear this. I'm gonna be quick with this one. Hold on.
Several months back, the civil lawsuit was settled.
Okay.
I looked on Pacer and there's no mention of the settlement terms.
Right.
I reached out to Cadron's attorneys in that case, and they noted that they could not comment on the settlement. So unfortunately, I can't give you the details.
Damn.
Presumably, he was paid some amount of money in exchange for signing a release. How much money? I don't know.
Right.
I wish we did know. Cadron Lachlan's
I mean, at least we know he got paid for that shit. As long as we know he got paid, we ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying? Nigga would have been protesting, we heard, nope, dropped. That would have been crazy. I ain't gonna lie, but...
with the Eastridge Police serves as a powerful reminder that the thin blue line is always there, even when police officers are off duty, and that the only way to counteract that thin blue line is through exposure, through video footage, through the public perception of seeing something that's not right and then being outraged about it. This is just another example of government only doing the right thing after the public sees it and gets angry about it. And I have to say that the most shocking part of this video footage for me is the disparity between the officer just flying off the handle and really wanting to harm Cadron.
Yeah.
And Cadron just being completely calm
the whole
and
time,
keeping his head together and keeping things together. Because even though it's not supposed to be required, if you're a good witness for yourself in incidents such as these, and people see this footage and they sympathize with you because you're the good guy in the footage rather than the bad guy, that really does go a long way in the end result. Clearly this officer has a short fuse, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of them.
Right.
What do you think about the officer's actions here? What do you think about the off-duty officer's actions? And what do you think about Eastridge's decision to only suspend this officer for 1 day? Let me
Hey, whoa. What you mean? Let's go back. Let's do a rewind, please. Like, what the fuck? Hold on.
There's actions here. What do you think about the off-duty officer's actions? And what do you think about East Ridge's decision to only suspend this officer for 1 day?
I know I wasn't tripping. 1 day. I don't know is, bro. Bro better get paid how much he was supposed to get paid. Like, we all gotta look at that bitch and be like, okay, yeah, that's reasonable. Cool. You feel me? Fuck that part right now. 1 day? Bad language. You started the whole situation. You seen what happened the whole time. You know what I'm saying? You had to. Because you wouldn't know they was on your line. So that means you had to see the dog as well to cross your yard. And you're like, what the fuck, who dog is this? Not even 5 seconds later, you see couples or people just coming on your line looking for the dog. They ain't come knock on your door. They ain't throw no trash on your yard or nothing, bro. Like, this is crazy. Okay. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video. I ain't gonna lie. You already know that the civil rights lawyers are always coming back with some heat. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and subscribe to him and make sure that you subscribe to me. And make sure to turn my post notifications as well so you don't miss a beep out of Noxie, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be in the Noxie family, all you gotta do is put down in the comment section, hashtag KNOXYYFAM. I'ma like it and let you know that you in the Noxie family. It's that simple, little bitch. And make sure to go follow me on my Instagram as well. Will be linked down in the description. Yeah, man, I ain't gotta keep saying this shit. Y'all know. Y'all know. But I love y'all. I'm gonna keep saying that part. I love y'all. Y'all my heart, y'all my soul. Our bond will never fold. It's your boy T2E Noxie, but shh. Don't tell nobody. Ooh, hear that? Don't tell nobody. Ooh, whoa, shit, don't tell nobody.